Hey guys, Flying Pain here. We're hopping into an Amonkhet draft. Sorry I haven't been recording recently. I've still been playing a bunch, but I just have not really had time to record a lot of the videos. Alright, we got the Regal Caracal. I have actually not gotten a chance to play with this card very much, but it's really strong. I mean, it makes some baby cats, and those cats have redundant lifelink. So they have lifelink from the Cat Lord, and they also have lifelink for themselves. So if the Cat Lord dies, if the Regal dies, then you'll still have some little 1/1 cats with lifelink. They're pretty strong. This card's really powerful. It's one of the better cards in the set. It's not probably in the top 10, but it's just on the edge there. Very good card. Alright, we're definitely going to take that. Another card of note is Edifice Authority. This card was underrated at first, and now people are heavily overrating it, thinking it's good in every deck. It's really, really bad in very aggressive decks. Basically unplayable in those decks, and people I think are taking it anyways, but it's pretty solid as long as there's a reasonable chance you'll be on defense. If you're not on defense during the game and stopping them from attacking doesn't do a lot, then the card's pretty weak, because putting 6 mana in the front end is kind of lame. Black Cartouche is also pretty dang good. I'd probably take it if I wasn't going to take the Caracal. Okay, let's take a look at this pack here. So Aven Initiate's solid. Aven Initiate, just a good card. It's a 3/2 flyer for 4, which has always been decent, and then you can get another one for 7 later on if it dies. We don't have a good white card to choose. Definitely not taking Supply Caravan second overall. Ruthless Sniper is a nice card to get into early, and black and white both do have cycling. This card's powerful if you get a lot of cyclers. Initially heavily overrated by a lot of very good players, but it's still a solid card. I do like the power of Final Reward, though. Final Reward is just straight up exile a creature. It always does that as long as you've got the 5 mana, and it's an instant, so it can blow out some of the more expensive cards in the set. Ruthless Sniper's pretty solid too. I think it's going to be one of these two cards for me. I'm not really sure which one. I think we're going to go with the Final Reward, but it's pretty close for me. You know, actually, let's try the Sniper. I've gone with the Final Reward a lot of times. I play with it a bunch. I haven't played with the Sniper as much. Okay, let's take a look at this pack here. This Unwavering Initiate's a really very good creature. Very, very strong. I would say one of the better creatures in the set, actually. Definitely one of the better common creatures. We've got Compulsory Rest, which is a solid removal spell. I've actually been taking it a little bit less than I used to, but it's still a really strong card. Colossopede's fine. He's a decent card. Blue Cartouche is a good card, too. Oh, it's foil Blue Cartouche. And we got Trial of Knowledge. Trial of Knowledge, probably one of the weaker trials. Might be the weakest trial, just because it costs so much mana and it doesn't affect the board. Alright, I think what we're going to do here is take the Unwavering Initiate. There's an argument to be made for taking Compulsory Rest, but I really like having the Unwavering Initiate. It's just unwavering. You know, they kill it and then you get it back, and it's pretty annoying too. It has Vigilance, so it makes combat really unpleasant for the opponent. Alright, so we're looking like we definitely would have wished we would have taken that Final Reward. It's much more splashable than the Ruthless Sniper. We're not seeing any black cards that are great that are coming this way. We could take Scattered Groves here if we wanted. Cycling lands on one color, not that bad in this format. Ret Crop Spearmaster is decent. We could take that. It's not amazing, but it's fine. Essence Scatter is a good card. Greater Sandworm's decent. Essence Scatter's close to good enough that I would take the Essence Scatter and just take that and hedge my bets with blue. And maybe I will do that. Let me think about that for a second. May do that. It's one of these 3 cards we're looking at. It's going to be the Scattered Groves, the Essence Scatter, or the Ret Crop for me. And I think we're going to go with the Ret Crop and just make sure we have enough playables here. Actually, yeah, we're going to go with the Ret Crop. Alright, so here's some more blue to punish our previous decision there. Let's see, we've got the Cursed Minotaur, who's fine. Oh, we can go ahead and grab him. It doesn't look like black is super open, but, you know, we can just take it anyway. Zombie Minotaur guy here. The Cursed Minotaur is a solid card. We don't have a great pick otherwise, although we could take Thresher Lizard. It's still actually a little bit late for Thresher Lizard because of how awesome the very aggressive red-white decks are. But we've already got a 5-drop, which takes us out of playing the super aggressive deck, which would run like almost no 4-drops even. We could take Thresher Lizard here. That wouldn't be that bad. But I think the Cursed Minotaur is close to as good as the Lizard, and we've already got this Sniper who is decent. Black-white Zombies is a thing too, and this guy's he's fine. Alright, we're going to take the Cursed Minotaur. Okay, here's Approach to the Second Sun. A lot of people like to play with this card and like to try to win the game by casting it and then surviving for 7 turns. I hate this card, and I think it's super dumb. So it might be good, it's just not something that I'm going to do. I think that things that make the game go super long are really lame in Magic. I think we're going to take this Unburden. We could take the Pitiless Vizier, but we don't have any cycling yet, and I'd much rather just take this Unburden that we can cycle and also is just a decent card that we can cast. It's a 2-for-1, so it's fine. It's not a great card, but it's a good card. Okay, here we've got an Evolving Wilds, which is definitely worth consideration. We may end up splashing a 3rd color. A Doomed Dissenter, who would be fine in our deck. We don't have any 2-drops yet. And a Wander in Death, which is a cycling card that gets back 2 guys. Now, I really badly want 1 Wander in Death probably in this deck, but I probably don't want to. I might want to, but probably not. So I think we're going to take the Evolving Wilds here, since we can definitely handle having an Evolving Wilds, and we may want a Wander in Death, but we don't want to take one this early. We've got a lot of packs to see, so we can just kind of wait and see what we're going to be looking at here. All right, we're not really in a zombie deck currently, but there aren't really other cards for us to take here. We could speculate and take the Aven Initiate, but I'm going to abstain from that. We're going to go ahead and take this Time to Reflect, which currently is not going to make our deck, but maybe later, if we get enough of the support for this archetype, the black and white has a lot of zombies, then we'll want to play that. Spring to Mind, pretty mediocre. We kind of want people to be drafting blue-green, so we want to ship that for sure. What could be good against us, or even just what could we maybe use? I don't want to use Painted Bluffs. But you know what I've noticed? People do splash this card. They splash more with this card, and even though I think that's incorrect because I think the card's kind of bad, I'm going to take it so that people are less likely to steal our black or white bombs. I've actually seen the Khopesh used with reasonable success, but it's hard for me to decide to take it. I think we're going to take it and hope to not play it. I don't really want to take Painful Lesson. I've got a lot of 3s already, and it's not that good. I guess we'll take Illusory Wrappings out of this one. Worth considering just taking the land. We'll take Winds of Rebuke here. Haze of Pollen. Let's take Full Art Plains over that constructed card. Not even sure if by Force is actually even good in constructed, but it's definitely not good in limited. Okay, so we opened this Token Lord guy. He is pretty sweet with the cats. He's just pretty unfair with the cats, actually. So we may end up taking him. It's nice we grabbed a few blue cards. Our black's not that strong, but we could take Baleful Amit, which is a good card. This pack's pretty loaded, actually. There are a lot of good cards. On-Crop Crasher's very good. Black Cartouche is very good. We could take the Black Cartouche from this pack. That'd be decent. But I think we're going to take Temet. I think the top level of our deck involves us ending up getting one of those Aven Bird guys that can give our guys vigilance, our tokens vigilance and flying. We've already got the Cat Lord. I think we're going to take Temet here. This is actually a pretty questionable decision. It's hard to know exactly what the best move is here, but we're going to take Temet and speculate. We'll kind of see what we come into in these next few cards. Okay, so we got a Gustwalker. Gustwalker is pretty sweet. We got a Cartouche of Knowledge, fine card. We got a bunch of other good cards. Merciless Javanir is great. Thresher Lizard's fine. So I think what we're going to do here is grab the Gustwalker. This is going to go in any deck that we'd play at this stage because we definitely want to play our Cat Lord. Okay, this is an interesting pack. We got a White Trial, we got a Black Cartouche, we got Compulsory Rest, we got Ret Crop. I think at this stage we want to take the Compulsory Rest. It's a lot better than the Ret Crop. If it was another copy of the 3/2 Vigilance, I think we'd take him again. We're going to take the Compulsory Rest here over the Trial of Solidarity. We've only got our one... Well, we've got two guys. We got this guy, Gustwalker, and we got this guy who both have Exert. This card gets a lot better the more Exert you have. We're going to go ahead and take Compulsory Rest here. Alright, let's looking over this pack. It doesn't look too exciting for us. We do have a Winged Shepherd and also a Horror of the Broken Lands. It does not look like blue is terribly open for us. We're going to go ahead and take this Winged Shepherd. It's going to be decent if we don't end up playing the black, and if we do end up playing the black and Ruthless Sniper, it'll help with the cycling there. 1-mana cyclers are especially good with the Sniper. There we go. Okay, Naga Oracle is not that strong. It's not a really powerful card. We've already got plenty of dudes. We're going to take this this white cartouche. It's not a great card. We may not end up running it, but we might play it, and it will work solidly if we end up tabling that white trial, or if we get a black trial later. Alright, not seeing a lot of blue here. We could take the Anointer Priest, but he's pretty bad. He's pretty weak. Very slow. He can help you grind out a little bit in some games, but I really am not a fan of him. The Miasmic Mummy goes a little bit with the Ruthless Sniper. I think we're going to take the Miasmic Mummy. It's kind of sad, but that's what we're going to do. Man, this is pretty rough. Alright, that Throne of the God Pharaoh is decent in decks that are kind of like this sometimes, but we've got a few things with Vigilance. Got this here and this. You know, this card's already pretty marginal anyways. I don't think it's worth heading in that direction for it. This card's the best card in the pack, the Entangler. We also could take the Serpent. The Serpent's fine. We can grab the Serpent here, as we might play blue. I think we're pretty unlikely to play red from here. Okay, so we've got Wasteland Scorpion. This is actually a decent creature, and it goes well with the Sniper. We've got Illusory Wrappings, which would be okay. We've got Impeccable Timing, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's a decent removal spell that's conditional. We're going to take this Scorpion. Wow, another Entangler. This card's pretty dang good, guys. Don't sleep on the Entangler. He's actually not amazing if you're not playing very aggressive, but he's really good, very aggressive deck. And there's a lot of decks that are pretty aggressive in the format, so I'm kind of surprised that there are multiple copies of him running around late. There aren't very many good red creatures, and so that's one of the reasons why he's strong. Alright, so this guy's good too. This guy's maybe the best green common creature. Unless you like Colossipede better, but I mean he can trade for Colossipede as long as you're on offense. I think we're going to grab those who serve here. Oh, did we go too slow? We went too slow. Make sure you reserve your cards so that you do not get punished in that way. We could have used those who serve there. It would have been decent in this deck, and we should have gotten it, but we did not. Alright, we're going to take Renewed Faith here. It's going to go decently with the Sniper. Hopefully we can pick up another Sniper in pack 3. Doesn't look like we're going to get to play our blue. There's another Renewed Faith. Alright, we do not have enough playables right now. We're pretty far from a complete deck, so we need to finish our deck this pack. We're going to need to try to pick on deck every pick. We really needed that 2-4. That would have been very helpful. Alright, so we've got some dudes. 1 zombie, 2 zombie, 2.5 zombies. Alright, let's look at Dust to Dawn. Dust to Dawn can kill some things. It's going to kill most of our guys, though. It's going to get back our power 2 or less guys from the graveyard. That would be not a bunch of our guys. Don't love Dust to Dawn in here. I think we're going to take the Cursed Minotaur from this pack. Guess we could take Aven Initiate if we were super greedy, but I think that's a little bit of a stretch. So we're going to go ahead and take the Cursed Minotaur. Yeah. Okay, we've got a Decimator Beetle. This card's really good, and it's maybe worth a splash if there's not anything else we can take. But here's a Tawcrop Elite. We can take that. That's a solid card in this deck, especially with the Caracol and getting those little cats, getting a whole horde of guys on one card like that. It's pretty powerful with a go wide effect like this where you can pump your whole team. Fan Bear is worth a mention. Decent card. Miasmic Mummy would be okay in this deck. We're going to take the Tawcrop Elite. So we probably are going to want to run 24 cards and 16 lands. We're going to move that Winged Shepherd over there since we're going to treat him like he's a 1-mana cycler. Or her. Maybe it's a girl. No, I think it's a dude. No, actually, I think it's a girl. Let's take a look here. That's pretty unclear. You guys may want to let me know about the situation with this winged shepherd. Not sure on the gender. Or maybe people are going to come back with the genderless angel idea. Not a fan of that one. Okay, so we got those who serve in here. We could also take Splendid Agony. Just a 2/4. He's kind of solid in here. He helps block while our Minotaurs do the work. Splendid Agony's decent, though. It does make combat rough for the opponent. I think we're just going to take those who... So we got 11 guys. How many cards do we have that we're going to cast that are not just things we're going to cycle? Let's reserve this for right now. 1, 2... just 2. I think we're going to take Splendid Agony here, actually. This pack is awful for us. We could take, Keetra's Name. Super lame to grab here. We could take Pitiless Vizier. I really am not a fan of this card. We're probably going to have trouble winning with this deck, it looks like. I guess we're going to take the Vizier. We're probably just in a really bad seat to be drafting this deck. Oh, man. This card's totally ridiculous, and I don't know how our blue was so closed and this card is just wandering around still. I don't think I can justify playing this card, but it's so good. We got so much black now. Man, this is... Oh, man. This card is probably in the top 5 cards in the whole set. I don't think we can take it. Be very greedy to try to play it in this deck. So we're just going to take Soul Stinger. He's fine. It's not terribly exciting. Pretty lame that we cannot take the Vizier of Many Faces here. And more blue power. Alright. That shouldn't be a surprise since that Vizier is running around. The Vizier of Many Faces is so strong. If it's running around, there's probably just somehow blue is really open, even though there weren't any blue cards really. Alright, let's take this Unburden, I think. We could take Jiro's Resolve as well. Maybe it'd be good to have a different type of effect. Yeah. I like the Unburden more in general, but just throwing in another kind of effect on our cycling is probably a good plan. Alright, we got another copy of Wasteland Scorpion. Ooh, Dispossess. Probably the worst card in the whole set. It's got some pretty cool art on it, but it doesn't do anything at all. So let's go ahead and grab this Jiro's Resolve. Now I wish I would have taken the other Unburden. It's alright though. We could take a Vizier if we want, or a Mummy. Our deck likes the Mummy, and we could use a 2-drop. But the Vizier is kind of cool because we've got some ways to cycle here. I'm going to reserve the Vizier and just take a quick count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ways to cycle. That's quite a few. I think we're going to take the Vizier. We're 1 card shy from being finished with this. We need 1 more card that we can play that we're happy to play here. None of these cards really do anything for us. So our deck's not horrible. We got a lot of cycling just for this sniper. The sniper's actually going to be pretty good in here. He's going to be kind of necessary. At this stage, because of how much cycling we were able to get, he's probably better than the final reward that we took him over, but this deck is a lot weaker than where I would expect it to be after first picking the Cat Lord. Alright, so we want to put in 1 card from the board here, and the question is really, is it going to be Honed Copish? If I'm saying that correctly, I'm not sure. Very mediocre in most sets, but I've heard that it's decent in this one. I haven't played with it at all. I did see it in the finals a couple times. This card, let's count our zombies real quick. We got 1, 2, 3. Basically none. 3.5 zombies. That's not a lot of zombies. So that makes this one better than this one, but I think that means that the Khopesh is the card that we're going to throw in. We could also splash Tem it, but I think it's a pretty bad plan to try to splash things that are this early in the curve. Let's go ahead and slam that Khopesh in. We'll see what it likes for us. I think we're going to play a little more black. Well, they like a little more white. Well, we do have the cat. And a huge chunk of our black cards do cycle. No, I think we're gonna adjust that. We have the cat, and the cat's very good, but I feel like we want to be able to cast our black creatures on the 3 here. We've only got these 2-3 white cards that we actually need in the early game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black cards we can cast in the early game, and then when we get to the 4-drop, it's even more. 7 and the Evolving Wild should hopefully get us there for the cat.